Exquisite detail. Oh, you caught me appreciating some art of the modern day and age. Do you want a challenge? Well, here's one for you. Here are 4 works of art made by various artists. One sold last year at an auction for over $2.4 million. One sold for over $100,000. One for about $40 that I saw at IKEA once, and one is a random picture from my phone with a filter slapped onto it. Can you tell which is which? Well, I asked the same question to a few college students, so let's see how they did.
Is that the one that's worth a lot
I can't tell you. Just tell me your guess.
That's my guess.
Okay, why is that one worth $2.2 million?
Because it looks so fancy.
Looks so fancy. Okay.
That's IKEA.
Okay, so that's the IKEA one.
What's the other one?
The $100,000 one.
That one.
Okay.
That one. Okay.
I think that one is the one with the filter on it. Okay.
They also got cancer. It's because these lab rats were genetically modified.
And then I
to get
think
cancer so that people could do cancer research on them.
100,000, the million one.
You can't see.
IKEA one.
Comma.
Random picture from your phone with a filter on it. Boom!
This is the lowest one. This is the 2.2 million and this is the 100,000.
Alright. Why is that one the 2.2 million? The other one?
It has like an aesthetic, I guess. I just feel like maybe there's a famous painter that painted that and
And then it became famous off of that, yeah.
yeah.
Recently, on a family trip to Utah, I took a picture next to graffiti art courtesy of the famous graffiti artist Banksy. Now, if you aren't familiar with who Banksy is, because you ain't no thug who knows no graffiti art, he is an anonymous and very famous artist known for his subversive style and his political and economic commentary that he shares through his art. He also loves to criticize the art world itself by highlighting how ridiculous it is that all these rich people are buying art for millions of dollars that honestly could have been made by a child. In fact, that probably was made by a child. But back to the question from earlier, do you have your guesses on which piece of art is worth what amount of money? Well, before I show you the answer, click the like button down below to lock in your answer. Just kidding. You don't have to like the video to do your answer. I mean, if you want to like the video, you could. If I wouldn't stop you if you want to like the video then. Would you like to know what the answer is?
Yeah.
Actually, all of them were fake. They're all just random pictures with filters slapped on them. Got them. Yep, that is correct. All of those works of art were done by yours truly, and I have no real artistic skill or background whatsoever. Now, I don't want to depreciate the fact that there are many skilled artists out there who do put a lot of time and effort into their craft. But if you don't know anything about art and you can barely draw a stick figure, this is how you can make art that some people could mistake for being worth millions of dollars. I did discover on this random website called a Lunapic, hashtag not sponsored, because you don't need to pay money to use this website or even create an account. What I did is I took some pictures from my camera, slapped them onto the website, and then added an art filter. And then bada bing, bada boom, in an instant you have beautiful works of art with zero skill created. Now, if there's one thing that I've learned as I've studied modern art recently, is that art is only as pretty as the frame that it's put in. For example, take The Fountain, a modern artwork that is very, very famous, yet is simply just a urinal on its side. It's insane. Now, if you see this and you think it is a beautiful work of art that you're inspired by, I think that's great. But if you saw this same urinal on the side of the road, you would see it as trash, not as art. So what's the difference? What makes it art? Well, the fact that it's behind a glass case. It's in a fancy art gallery. In contrast, Banksy, the artist we talked about earlier, he had a stand set up in a busy city with original signed works of art, just $60 each. In contrast, a lot of his art sells for hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes even in the millions. Yet over the course of the whole day, hardly anyone bought a single bit of it. Because it wasn't in a fancy art gallery and it wasn't in a fancy frame. Back to The Fountain again, that modern art piece. Here's a quote from the photographer who took this picture. He says, everyone who has seen it thinks it's beautiful. And it's true, it is. It has an oriental look about it, a cross between a Buddha and a veiled woman. A Buddha and a veiled woman. Okay, I guess I see it. So it seems to be, as far as modern art is concerned, it's only as valuable as the frame that it's put in. So if we want to make our works of art that we've created on this website worth millions of dollars, we need to find a way to make it look fancy or put it in a fancy frame. So this is what I did. Now everyone knows that a professional painting needs to be done on canvas. It's professional, it's fancier that way, but unfortunately canvas can get kind of expensive. So I did the budget version. I bought a cheap white t-shirt and I used transfer paper, a special paper that you can print an image on and then use an iron to transfer it onto fabric. I did that with my art designs onto a t-shirt, cut it out, and used that fabric as the canvas. But canvases are typically stretched over a wooden frame. Now those, though aren't expensive, are more expensive than the alternative I came up with. Now fortunately for me, I have a surplus of empty boxes of white cheddar Cheez-Its in my home. I don't need that judgment I see in your eyes right now. I see it, and I don't like it. I don't want it. You can get out of here if you want. So here you see works of art where the canvas is a t-shirt and the frame is cardboard. But it still doesn't look like a real painting. It doesn't have that sense of authenticity. So I took a toothbrush and some Mod Podge, it's kind of like a glue, and painted over it to make it look like brush strokes. Now though it may be difficult to see from the camera, if you are up here close and personal, you can see what looks like brush strokes on this. And if you could reach your hand through the camera, like Willy Wonka style, and feel the texture, you would swear to me that you're feeling paint on canvas, but it's really just glue on fabric that's on cardboard. So this work cannot necessarily sell for millions of dollars, but some people thought that it could. So if it's put in a fancy enough frame and put in an art gallery, this could sell for a lot. But as of right now, this work of art was done with no skill and honestly is worth about $5 or $6. Hey, thanks for watching this video. It was fun to make. I don't know. I feel like I'm not very qualified to talk about art or modern art, but I thought it was fun, so hey, why not, you know? I'm living life from the free and easy. Yep. If you want to see more videos like this one, you can click the subscribe button. Right? You can see more videos when I put them out in the future. That's right, because we're in the future. 2020, baby.